What's up, everybody? Welcome into another Big Men on Campus NBA preview video. It is Saturday, October 26, 2019. Here breaking down the NBA card for you. You asked, I asked, you participated. We got plenty of likes. I figured, why not come on, give back some goodwill, go over the NBA card. We're usually here Monday through Friday, 6:30 Eastern, but I figured I'd come on today a little bit earlier to go over tonight's card. I already have one play out. It's moved. I'm also going to probably add something else. So let's get into the card and let's break it down. Really having a nice season so far in the NBA, 5-0. Again, I want to make this clear. Getting a lot of nice messages. Again, though, really need to understand. I mean, you have highs, you have lows. I've had the highs, I've had the lows for sure as well. So just make sure you understand you're going to lose eventually. To think that you can do 80%, 90% and, win 15 games, 20 games in a row, it's just not going to happen. And tonight it could very well happen where, I lose. But we'll keep riding it. We'll keep doing it for as long as we can. And it'll all come to a head and we'll all come back to even, I'm sure, at some point. All right, let's get into the show. If you're out there, please say hello on the chat box. If you're on Twitter, please retweet this. Make sure people know we're on. Again, we had a lot of people that said they wanted the show. We'll see how many people decide to come in and check it out. So let's get into it here. First one's first. Sixers, Detroit. Look, I bet this game, I don't know, around 12:30. I took under 215.5. It's moved considerably. We're down to 213.5. So obviously the goal is to get the best line. It looks as if I did get the best line, which is nice. There's a lot that goes into this play. Obviously, first things first, no Joel Embiid for the Philadelphia 76ers, no Blake Griffin for the Pistons. Two of the biggest offensive threats are going to be out of this game. The big question mark for the Sixers coming into the season will be a question all season. How do they score in the half court? Who's the shooters on this team? And look, the truth of the matter is without Joel Embiid, they just haven't been very good. They need him in the lineup. He's what they can go to late in the shot clock. He's what they can, do to break down a defense. And he's not going to be in there tonight. Obviously, you're going to have more of a defensive battle, I'd imagine. Both these teams were pretty slow in their first couple of games. Detroit is a team that the big question for this group coming into the season was how would they score without their top player, Blake Griffin. And, so far, it's not been particularly easy. I look at this game and I just think you're likely to see Detroit in the double digits. I don't think they get to triple digits. As we know with the Sixers, one of the better defensive teams in the NBA and will be in the NBA defensively, one of the best all season. You look at in that first game, the Sixers weren't incredible, defensively, but you're going to have, I think, a better go of it tonight. I like the number. I'm glad that I got it where I did, getting obviously the best one. I think we see like a 108, 98, 108, 101 type of game. I think this one stays. I don't think either team touches. I think maybe one team can get to 110, but again, like I said, I think Detroit stays within double digit. The double digit. I don't think they get into the triple digits. I like the spot. Two of the better players out. Two of the offensive players that we won in this game out. I think we handle it. And Detroit, as far as I know, I believe they played last night. No, I'm wrong. They played Friday or Thursday night. My apologies. So both teams fresh here. We're not going to have either team on back-to-backs, but I took the under 215.5. I still don't mind it at 213.5. Again, my goal is to get the best number. I wouldn't bet this one down past 213. But again, I got 215.5. I'm very happy with that number there. As far as the Sixers here, I'm not running to win to bet them here. I'm just not. We have a spot for the Sixers where, again, you look at without Joel Embiid, they have struggled really against everybody. So I'm going to ask them to go and to, put it up and get it done here without him. Skee Profit's in here. I tried to get Skee on the show. I know he's out doing his thing. I think he's at work, so we weren't able to get him on, but I'm sure he'll leave some of his picks, who he's on tonight. Thanks, Skee says if you like the Sixers, got to be first half. Yeah, I don't disagree. I'm just going to stick with the total here. Celtics 5.5 against the Knicks. Listen, I had the Knicks last night. We had the Knicks last night, and they got the job done. Look, I got to be honest. I mean, both teams off a back-to-back here. No Cantor for the Celtics. Where's the Celtics bench? Knicks are definitely a much deeper team. I need RJ Barrett, though, to take the reins at the end of games, and he'll learn that over the course of his career. I like the way Marsh and Randall have played. Mitchell Robinson obviously comes back last night. And if you're RJ Barrett, don't defer at the end of games. Take the ball in your hands and go get the job done. I have a feeling tonight the Knicks have real success on the block. I mean, we're at the point with the Celtics where it's like, who plays down low for them? I mean, you really don't have anybody. Daniel Theis is your only big of note. They're just not a deep team. It's just that simple. Really, outside of Marcus Smart, Carson Edwards can give you a little bit, but outside of that, there's really just not a ton of bodies for the Celtics team right now. They could break down late in this game. The Knicks, you really got to feel bad for. I mean, again, as usual with the Knicks, they don't do enough to win the game. Last night, they fight back. They had a shot to win the game. Couldn't do it. The night before, or 2 nights before, against the Spurs, played pretty well. Couldn't find a way to win it. Tonight, you're at the Garden. You're going to have a good crowd. It's a weekend. Should be a fun night. Should be a great crowd there. Listen, against the Celtics, who I'm not real into right now, especially with the injuries and no Cantor, back-to-back, I think the Knicks are just a deeper team. I think that could be kind of the edge here in this game that you're looking for. The Knicks have fought. It's time to get off the schneid and get a win. Both teams are going to be knackered late in this game, but I think the Knicks, they'll do enough to get the job done here. I'm not playing this one. I'm not getting enough points. If I was getting 7 here, I'd have a little bit more interest. But for me, I'm gonna lean with the Knicks here, plus the 5.5. In fact, this number is actually going down a little bit. So again, it's not gonna have my money, but the Knicks I think are a deeper team. I think that could play dividends for them late. Magic 2.5 against Atlanta, 216 on a total. Look, I said it the other night. I don't like Orlando's guards. I mean, DJ Augustine and Markelle Fultz and those guys. I'm just not big fans of them. Again, I like their front end, their front court with Aaron Gordon and Vucevic and some of their bigs. I like Terrence Ross as well. But right now, it's all about can you stop Trae Young? And I don't know if the Magic can do that, especially on the road. I'm not really sure why they're laying points, to be real honest with you. I've been impressed with Atlanta, at least so far, and coming into the season. I think this game would be close. I'll gladly take a home underdog here, who right now, are going to have the best player in the court. So I'm going to lean with them. I think they have the much better guards in this game. I'll hope that some of the bigs, John Collins and players like that can do enough down low. Guards are going to win this one. I'll grab Atlanta here if I had to play it. Either game, though, I'm not on. Magic, Atlanta, Celtics, Knicks. Another game I'm not on, Pacers, Cavs. Cavs are going to fight. We know they're going to play hard. And the Pacers struggled a lot on the defensive end in game 1. Just don't really have much on this game. Not real interested in it. I need more if I'm going to bet the Cavs. Raptors, Bulls. Bulls bench the other night had like 50 points. They were unbelievable. Kobe White has been really good. I don't know. Otto Porter might not play tonight. Lean kind of over in this game, but I'm not another one I'm not betting. This isn't a great card. I'll be real honest with you. The only play I bet was the one I'm on. I might add something in this next game. But right now, I only like this under I'm on. These games have been pretty poor so far. Pelicans and the Houston Rockets. I'm actually, I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to take Houston tonight. I'm going to lay I can actually get, I believe, an 11.5 still. I'm going to look here. I'm going to go with Houston here. I'm not going to buy into the fact that the Pelicans, look, I know they've been shoddy and they've been tough and they played hard, but the truth of the matter about the Pelicans, no Drew Holiday tonight. That means Lonzo Ball's going to have to take on a much bigger role. Is he ready for that? I'm not sure. I mean, you look at around the league, really outside of the Celtics, is there anyone with a worse big situation than the Pelicans? I mean, you really just don't have any defensive players that can do much for you. I mean, Derek Favors, Brandon Ingram's more of a three. I mean, who helps against Clint Capella should have a field day on the boards. And look, I don't know. I just the Pelicans can't defend. I mean, this Pelicans team so far has been a fucking mess defensively. I can still get an 11.5 at Bet Online, I believe. So I'm sorry, at Bookmaker. You can also get 11.5 at a couple other books. We've Intertop. So I'm going to add Houston, the Houston Rockets minus 11.5 tonight against the Pelicans. I don't see a real situation here where Houston prime time at home, they should roll. I'm going to add this one. Houston minus 11.5. Also have that under as well. So I'm going to put this one out quick. Adding Rockets minus 11.5 against the Pels. This should be a tough one for the for New Orleans here. Just don't see a situation where they're going to be able to hang here. Just don't. Do I want to? I haven't hit submit yet. I haven't put anything in. I haven't hit submit. I haven't. The only thing that fucking makes me think twice is, and I have not hit submit. I've not hit submit on Twitter. I've got nothing out there. The only thing that has me worried is the public is all over this game. 75. I mean, the whole world is betting the Rockets. I don't know, man. I'm really close to hitting submit here. I'm really close. I'm close. What do you think I should do? Nah, I can't second guess myself. I'm not going to bet this game. I'm going to stay off it. I'm not hitting submit. I hate being on the Rockets, Westbrook, Harden, I don't like being on them early in the season. I just don't. I do like the over here as well, though. I mean, I don't really see a situation where there's a ton of defense played, but this number is so high. I'm going to stay off it. I'm going to stay off this one. No bet. I'm not going to bet it. You got to be careful with the NBA. You can't force shit. And you especially can't force public sides. I'm going to stay off it. Yeah, maybe I'll get it in game, something like that, but I'm gonna avoid it. Spurs and Wizards. Wizards have played well. How about the Wizards? Playing pretty solid so far. They've been a tough team, but they are off a back-to-back, which that hurts here. Spurs had 21 turnovers the other night against the Knicks. You'd have to think after a few days off that will correct itself. I'd imagine Popovich wasn't happy at practice, so I can't imagine that that he's going to be too happy, and I'm sure that will get fixed here. I get a feeling this is where the Wizards really kind of tail off late in this game, kind of the way the Suns did the other night against the Kings did against the Suns the other night. I think the Wizards can maybe hang around in the first half, but I think the Spurs, this is always an advantage off a back-to-back. They didn't have a back-to-back last night. The turnovers, I think, would get cleaned up. The Wizards are a bad team at the end of the day, so I got a feeling they'll get some tired legs here and struggle towards the end of the game. Lean Spurs. Kings, Jazz. Two teams that have struggled. Kings are 0-2. Jazz have just can't score. They had a ton of turnovers last night. Both these teams off back-to-backs and traveled. No Bojan Bogdanovic tonight. De'Aaron Fox, game-time decision. If you can get some good info on De'Aaron Fox, I would play this game. I think the Kings are a little deeper of a team. And look, honestly, it's going to be Buddy Hield against Donovan Mitchell. Kings don't have a ton down low, but I think they have enough. They can go smaller, which could bother the Jazz. I don't know. I got to tell you guys, this is a terrible card tonight. It just is. I mean, there's not a lot to really – there's a lot of high numbers. Not a lot of dogs you really want to get involved with. Gun in my head, I'd take the Kings. Final game, I get the Clippers and the Suns. Another situation, Suns off a back-to-back, Clippers not. You'd have to think the Clippers should roll here. The Suns will tire late. I'll tell you where I'm going to go here. And this is something I'd been considering all day. I didn't end up playing it, but I think I'm going to right now. Listen, I think it's pretty clear the Clippers aren't going to be they're going to be one of the better offensive teams all season. I mean, they just are. The other night, they were unbelievable offensively. And I'll tell you right now, I mean, Phoenix, look, I mean, I'm not really sure I know what to expect. I don't really think this team's going to be giving up 101 per game. I think this team gets kind of smacked in the mouth tonight, and I think they get taken to the cleaners defensively. They're going to get tired late in the game. First thing to go in games is when you're tired is your defense. I think that the Warriors the Clippers put up a lot of points tonight. And I think the Suns are good enough offensively to score here. I think 225.5 is fine. I'm going to go over 225. I'm going to go two totals tonight, over 225.5. And I'm also going to go under 215.5 in Sixers and Detroit. I'm doing it. I'm going with that. I'm sending it out. I'm petting it right now. Adding over 225.5 Clippers and the Suns. Should have a pretty good pace in this game. Clippers could have put up another big spot here, so I'm going to rock with that. Clippers, Suns, over 225.5. Let's make sure we are getting the right number here. And I will check in the chat here for some comments. Again, just bear with me here. When you're doing a show on your own, you got to kind of improvise, as they say. Milwaukee blowing out Miami. Miami really struggling tonight. I had to figure that would happen sooner or later. All right, 225.5. I'm going with that. Over 225.5. Clippers and Suns. So two plays tonight. Over 225.5 Clippers, Suns, and Sixers, Detroit under 215.5. I like it. No Ruby or Ayton. Yep, already know that. That's good. We don't want Ayton in there, and Rubio's not really an offensive threat anyway. Ayton, we already knew he wouldn't be in there. So Clippers should have a field day tonight. I think they have some success here. I'm going to go over 225.5. Again, we're not going to win every game, but those are the two I like. Two totals. Let me put them on the banner here. If you guys have any questions, feel free to send them in. I'll gladly help you out if you have any. All right. All right, let's see what we got here. Do I like any player props? No. Do you have any for late slate college football? We'll see. This is an NBA show, though. All right, that's it, guys. We'll be back on Monday with Skee Profit and I. It's much easier when we have two people here. But do what we got to do. So there you go. There's your plays. Clippers, Suns, over 225.5. Sixers, Pistons, under 215.5. 5-0 on the season. I don't really play quarters or halves or anything like that. So good luck with that. I'm going to go make some food. I got to make some dinner here. Chef, big man on campus. That's what I do. I saw Vitalis cashed in on that West Kentucky. Great to hear, Vitalis. Glad you cashed. That was a fun one. Glad. I'll tell you what. I don't know if anybody watched that game. Marshall had the ball going to kick a field goal. Right before the field goal, they threw a bomb to the end zone, and the kid just dropped it. It was wide open. He just dropped it. It was touchy. Let's just put it that way. I've had a great day on the track as well. I'm really getting into this horse racing stuff. I've been killing Belmont. I just hit in Keeneland. This has been fun. I've had fun with it. I'm probably going to do something, just like a fun show. I don't call myself an expert, just having fun with horse racing. I'll be on tomorrow, guys, on the NFL cards, 12 o'clock Eastern. We'll go over all the NFL games. I got to bounce back. Didn't have a great week last week. Actually had a bad week last week. So we'll bounce back and hopefully do well there. All right, I'm out of here. You all enjoy your night. There's your picks. 2 totals for you. You all have a great night. I'll be back tomorrow doing the NFL card. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. Thank you for checking me out. See you next time.